Hello. Hi. How's everybody doing? It's been a couple weeks. I'm working on my project for graduation from the animation course I took for 2 years. It's a lot of work and it's going slow, very slow, and it's driving me crazy, but today I'm taking a break from that and I'm doing something else. So today what I'm doing instead, today I'm gonna be painting a pair of pants that I've had for some time. And you know, the thing is, these pants used to be part of my uniform for high school. They're just like normal pair of black jeans, but I used to use them for high school. And I had 2 pairs, so I still have the 2 pairs. One of them I'm gonna leave as it is, and the other pair we're gonna paint them today. That's what we're doing today. And actually I got an apron now, so I don't have to stain. So yeah, I got an apron now and I don't have to stain my clothes anymore, which is pretty great. Like, look at this, look at this. It's a clumsy ass apron, like, it's not the best. It's, you know, this doesn't cover enough. The measurements were taken wrong. So I'm probably still gonna stain my clothes, but you know, it's pretty good. It has like a ton of pockets. You can't see them, but I'll show you later. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do today, so let's get to it. Okay, this is what we're gonna be painting on. I just stick in a couple of cardboard pieces inside, because when you paint on fabric, especially clothes, one side of the fabric might stick onto the other side if you're not careful. I'm just using these 3 brushes and this really small paint tubes I got. They're really cheap sort of textile fabric. Nothing fancy. The most basic type you can get. And of course I struggled a lot with opening the tubes for like 10 minutes.
Years later.
And we did it. Of course we did. But it was I did it. Well, I started with a bit of a light sketch, soft lines, kind of just defining what the general shape was going to be. I was trying to be very loose about it. It had been a very long time since I painted. You know, as I mentioned in the past video, I've been going through like sort of this art block, so to speak, for like 2 years, and I developed this very strong critic side of myself. I would criticize myself so badly that I became so afraid of the canvas I just could not sit down and do painting or drawing. It was terrifying. So this was just one of those YouTube projects that helped me kind of try and, you know, try to paint again and not freak out about it. I was freaking out for sure. You know, well, it made it easier to make it from like YouTube, from like video, and recording it. It was like a contract with myself that this is gonna be hard, but we're gonna do it. And we're gonna suffer through it, but somehow it's gonna be worth it as long as I don't stop. You know, you gotta trust the process. As you see here, I just started with a lot of light lines. When it's actually my first time, you know, painting fire like this, so I was trying to figure out where should I begin. In this case, I began, you know, sketching out the general shape of it, starting from the outer glow and then moving into the inner glow, or the center of the fire, where you'll get the brightest shades. I had no idea what I was doing, but I was doing my best. Now, this voiceover, you know, this currently is me speaking. Hi, this is me from... Okay, it's currently August 7, and I recorded this, I think, 26th of April, or around that time. So it's been a long time. I know I haven't uploaded anything since like May, but I have recorded videos. I've actually recorded like 5 YouTube videos that I just have not edited until now. I mean, many things happened, but mostly it was because my Adobe license from my student time finally ran out. And I was like, well, what do we do now? So I had to do some research on like free and open source softwares for video editing, and I finally found out about DaVinci Resolve, and I was like, this actually sounds like the best option. It sounds really complicated though. And so I installed it like months ago, but I never quite got to sit down and figure it out. I don't know, I kept stalling and putting it off. I think I was expecting it to be really hard, and because the block and everything, I've just been kind of really afraid of doing the hard things. I don't know, I've been struggling with shit like that. And then like 2 days ago, like literally, it's it's the 7th of August, and literally like 3 days ago, I suddenly sat down and was like, you know what? Let's do this. I have time today. We're gonna sit down and edit the fucking videos, and while we do it, we're gonna learn how to use DaVinci. While editing this video, I learned. So in 2 days, I have now learned how to do pretty much the basic editing that I need for my YouTube videos. So yes, you're gonna be seeing me more often. Once again, ideally weekly, maybe bi-monthly. Not sure. We're gonna figure that out, but yeah. Now, as you can see, the fire is looking... I don't know how it's looking. And this was the point when I started to question everything I was doing and just stared at it and continued like, well, we started now, we can't stop.
Okay, so this is what we have right now. I'm gonna leave it like this for a bit, and because I feel like if I go on, I'm gonna ruin it. It's looking kind of painterly, like very abstract-y, kind of Van Gogh style of fire. I don't mind, but it's definitely not what I had in mind. I actually don't know what I wanted. I was thinking of like more blocky, less abstract, more digital kind of fire that you would see in illustration. This turned out very abstract, kind of Van Gogh style. I like it. It has a certain oomph to it, but it's definitely not what I was thinking. But I'm gonna leave it like this so that it can dry before I paint the other side. And since I gotta leave this out, there's some paint that I have used. So this, I'm gonna tape it up.
And now it was time to start with the back. And the back, I didn't know what to do with the back. I couldn't quite decide if I wanted to go for something different, and try to compensate for what I did in the front, or if I wanted to try doing something similar to the front. I was just struggling with the decision, but I just started mixing my colors, and I said, whatever happens, it's gonna happen, because it's fabric paint, and once it's on the fabric, it is not going to come off. So I had to accept it. I just had to, come to accept that this is what we're doing, and we don't know what's gonna happen, and it just kind of is what it is. So again, I just started with a little bit of a light sketch, just very loosely holding my paintbrush and just kind of little brush strokes, kind of like if I was rubbing the brush into the fabric. I was holding it very lightly, very kind of far away, and my wrist was very loose. I was kind of trying to be relaxed, even though I felt a lot of pressure when it came to the result, and I was very scared of seeing what would come out of it. But I was trying to tell myself, what, this is supposed to be a fun experience. I thought about this project and I wanted to make it into a YouTube video and record it, so let's have fun with it. Let's not pressure ourselves too much. It's not supposed to be a masterpiece. I mean, these are just pants and I'm gonna be wearing them, so if they turn out awful, it's just my problem, okay? Because they're gonna be my pants. If they're awful, well, it's only me that'll have to wear it, so it's fine, So I was just trying to relax. And I relaxed so much that the fire shapes ended up looking kind of weird because they're very different from each other. The left side is completely different from the right side. Well, you're gonna see as we work what happens. I used so much orange. So much orange, I legitimately think I spent about maybe a fourth of the tubes working with the orange. I had to mix a lot of orange out of the red and the yellow I had. I think I was working with like the red, I'm not sure what pigment it was, but the yellow was a cadmium yellow. Cadmium yellow is very particular. It's very kind of radioactive looking pigment. There are certain shades of yellow and orange that you won't be able to reach with cadmium yellow because it's very particular. So the ending result kind of looks interesting. There's a certain, cadmium yellow, it feels kind of green. It has a kind of green vibe to it. So even the very light areas that I mixed with white, they look kind of greenish because of the cadmium yellow, but it works and it looks kind of interesting. But I used so much orange, oh my god. And as you see, I quickly noticed that these paints, although they're fabric paints, they were soaked up into the black. Building up the color required a lot of layering and thickening up the paint, because I don't know, there's something about the jeans fabric or the black itself that would just suck up all the color, all the paint, all the liquid. It would just vanish, and I had to layer a lot of orange to get even a base going. But there is an advantage to the soaking. The soaking characteristic of the black fabric is that, as you build up, it created this kind of soft glow implicated around the flame, and it kind of brought the fire to life a little bit. But it was a lot of work, all the layering. I kept mixing so much orange because I kept running out. And this time, of course, when I filmed this, I tried to experiment a little bit more with the camera angles I was using. So every once in a while, I would get up, pause the recording, move the camera somewhere else, somewhere closer to me, and start again. And then I would get up again, pause the recording, and put the camera somewhere else and start again. So I tried to experiment a little bit more this time. I think I'm getting more brave with my filming when it comes to videos and stuff. When I first thought about, making videos and doing stuff like this, I thought that I had like zero idea about filming. Anyone can record, record is just pressing on the red button and doing the thing, and that's it. But filming is different. Filming is more than just the recording, and it takes more creativity, I think. Yeah, the last video I did, I think, was the one about the about the new series that I called Artist Diaries, Diary of an Artist. I think that was the last video I uploaded before, well, this unintended break. But I experimented a lot with that one, and actually, even though maybe the footage was not exactly the best, you know, and my room was messy and my clothes were messy, it was a very truthful footage, you know. Everything I recorded was very real. It was my real room, messy and however it was, and it was me in my real pajamas or in my painting clothes, and it was fun. Actually, I am still pretty proud of that video. I experimented a lot with the filming. I thought about different, you know, sequences and paneling and camera angles and stuff like that. I thought it turned out pretty good, honestly. I'm still pretty proud of that one. I hope to continue exploring the way I record. And actually, you can see that the flames turned out so cool. It still bothered me that they were so asymmetrical though. Like the right one looks awesome. I think it looks very organic. But there's something about the left side that kind of looks like it's animated, like it's a frozen frame of a fire animation. And the right side, great, amazing. It has a very nice glow effect. I love it. Left side is it's trying, but it's more of a troll situation. The little goblin is trying, but it's not quite turning out as we thought it would. But I was still pretty proud. I mean, the left side still looked pretty good. It has its own charm. It just didn't look any similar to the other side. So zero symmetry, but you know, points for effort. Okay, so it's been a day and the pants are kind of looking dry. Well, obviously they're looking dry, they're dry. The paint dries very quickly, so wait. So the front is looking like this, and this is the back. I must say, I prefer the back. The back is looking better. And I think the glow effect looks really nice on the back. The front, it's kind of like Van Gogh, punk rock, abstract fire, sort of. The front looks cool, but the back looks, it's like more aesthetic. I don't know, I like both of them, but they turn out very different. But yeah, the paint is ready, and I'm gonna do one final thing, which is I'm gonna paint sort of a Van Gogh skull right here on one of the back pockets, and then after everything's dry, including the skull, I'm gonna seal with some fabric Mod Podge. Although I used fabric, like acrylic for fabric, so technically I do not need to seal or varnish, but I just want to make sure that my work will not be washed off in the washing machine or the dryer, so yeah, I'm gonna get some fabric Mod Podge on this after I paint the Van Gogh skull, and then we can try them on and see how it feels, because sometimes fabric that has been painted on feels a little bit crusty. However, like if I stick, you know, my hand in between the cardboard that I put there, Like it feels fine. It doesn't feel crusty or anything. So maybe we don't have that problem right now. Yeah, and I'm already wearing paint appropriate clothes, so if they get stained, it's fine. But that's why we have an apron. Yeah, so this is what we got right now. And of course, show you the apron because I haven't showed the apron yet. This is the apron. I made it using a scrapped failure of a project that I did for a class. It was supposed to be a self-portrait. I never finished it, but now it's perfect. Like, I just transformed an utter failure into something that's actually useful, and it has so many freaking pockets. Like, it's great. I added huge ass pockets to this. I do have a little bit of complaint here at the top. I think I took the measurements wrong, or at least, well, we took the measurements wrong because it wasn't me that took the measurements. So I think this part is too short. It doesn't cover enough, so I can still, like, I don't know, stick a paintbrush in there and still stain my clothes. But you know, it's pretty good. It covers down to my knees, and there's like a moon or planet on one of the pockets, so that's nice. I got a nice apron, so no more staining my clothes. And yeah, we're just gonna finish up, and we're gonna start painting the Van Gogh skull on the right pocket, I think. Yeah, the right pocket, so this one. We're gonna start now. And I'm back. Okay, this video was so fucking long. Bro, I had like 6 hour footage to go through. Okay, no, it wasn't like 6 hours. It was like between 2 and 4 hours of footage. Bro, I had to speed up the damn footage so much so that the video wasn't too long. So I had to split the video into 2 parts. So you're gonna see the rest of the project in the second part, where I'm gonna paint the back pocket, and I'm gonna do something, well, I did something inspired by Van Gogh's skull. Well, I pretty much did the Van Gogh skull, except I painted it in a more me way, and I looked at a 3D model of a human skeleton to, you know, be more accurate with the way I was doing things and adding a little bit more detail than in the original sketch from Van Gogh. But I studied from his painting as a reference. And yeah, that's the rest of the project, and it's being so freaking long. I have so much to tell you people, but I'm gonna see you next Friday after this comes out with the second part, and you're gonna be seeing a lot of me more often. So yeah, if you like art and DIY and the occasional gameplay, you know, subscribe, like my videos, comment. We'll see if this YouTube thing can work with me or for me, you know, in the future. But yeah, I'm gonna be seeing you more often, and bye!